Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. You handled it perfectly. It's too bad for him that he may have screwed himself just prior to retiring, but that's 100% on him. You'd think someone approaching retirement age would have learned how to treat other people, but some people just never grow up. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. He told me if I had a problem with him, I should bring it up to HR. So I did. So, little backstory. I work for a warehouse that specializes in computer equipment. It's generally very uneventful. Everyone's mostly nice to each other, save for one unsavory engineer. He had a reputation for being very belligerent and almost impossible to work with. But with a couple months left till his retirement, people tended to leave him alone. I know all too well he'd be gone by summer, so I decided not to engage with him till he was gone. Cue this morning when I went to the warehouse to do some small inventory. And up comes the engineer, huffing and puffing. Without evidence, he started accusing me of messing around with some pallets he was working on. Calmly, I explained to him that I did not, and he can check the camera he installed in the warehouse to see that I did no such thing. He kept on insisting that I did, growing increasingly angrier, and started cussing me out in a warehouse full of people. But I didn't waver, and calmly insisted he can just check the security footage that he has access to, but the F-bomb's just coming out. At this point, I calmly told him to breathe because he was getting out of control. And this is where it went from bad to worse. He started screaming and cussing even louder that I can not effing tell him to do crap. I said nothing and watched as the engineer got redder and redder in the face. Eventually he yelled, "If you have an effing problem with how I act, bring it up to HR or the boss," and stomped away. So I did just that. I made a quick note of who was in the warehouse, noted the time, asked 3 people to be my witnesses of what happened. So up to HR I went and poured out every exhaustive detail I can remember. I explained that I've been in enough companies to know that kind of treatment and verbal abuse borderlines harassment, if not pure threatening behavior. I explained very calmly I'm not comfortable working in that environment and I do not wish to escalate the situation anymore. I just wanted the incident documented and on record in case the engineer tried to twist the story to management. HR said they'd take care of it. 2 hours later, I found out the engineer was told to go home, and not even 20 minutes later after that, he'd been made permanently working from home, and not even 20 minutes after that, I found out all the engineer's credentials had been revoked, his remote access to the company network disabled, and his day-to-day duties was divided to other people. His final project is now to write up his tasks and how to do them. And our second story. Karen asked for €300 loan just to buy an iPhone. Cast: me, my mom, and Karen. A little bit of background. Mom and Karen had been school parents friends for 5 years, aka just phoning to one another to ask about their children's homework and stuff. Karen always had this habit of complaining about everything regarding school, such as, "Why did X teacher give a higher note to that kid instead of my daughter? Why do they give all these homeworks?" etc. Despite having this kind of entitlement, she rarely showed her true colors, always trying to appear as the perfect, caring house mom. To this day, I still don't know how my mother could go along with such a person, but whatever. After my brother finished elementary school, she disappeared into the void, and we thought, okay, cool, one less problem, and we went on with life until last week. After several years of silence, she barged into our house with some biscuitry at hand, sounding all sweet and acting like she never forgot about us. We were kind of weirded out throughout the whole conversation, but we didn't think anything of it. Maybe she just wanted to get back in contact. Oh boy, how wrong we were. Literally, the next day, my mom receives a phone call text from Karen that reads as, "Hey, Em, look, I know it's quite bad to ask and I'm really embarrassed to ask such a thing, but could you lend me €300? My friend made me keep some money the other week, and while I was shopping, I don't know how I lost them all. Now my friend wants the money back this Sunday, and I don't know what to do. I'm sorry I didn't talk to you about this yesterday at your home, but I didn't know how you could have reacted. If you could lend me €300, I would be really grateful. I swear I'll give them back to you in 10 days. Let me know." Me and my mother were dying of laughter, thinking she came here just so she could ask for money, LOL. My mother simply responded that she couldn't afford to loan her that sum due to a lot of expenses this month, which was indeed true. We spent around 2k euros this month just in school supplies and uni taxes. Karen immediately sent back this, "Okay, whatever, you're just a selfish mother, won't help a friend in need." We assumed she went crazy and just blocked her. Well, wouldn't you know it, we see her and her daughter at the shopping mall 2 days later. I think, crap, now we have to deal with her BS rant. However, we noticed something peculiar. The daughter had a new iPhone still in box. At this point, I realized 2 things. 1, she'd asked for money just so that she could help pay that new phone and then vanish back. 2, she probably begged for money to other people and possibly even succeeded. Well, as soon as we enter in her sight range, she gets a worried expression, and grabbing her daughter, she booked it for the exit. After she left, my mother and I were puzzled. Who in the world begs for money in such a way just for an iPhone? In any case, we went on shopping, wondering if we should have called her out on her BS. You truly dodged a bullet. Be happy with that. The less interaction you have with her, the better. And our next story. A crazy woman demanded to get me fired because I refused to sell her skinny jeans. Background info. My name's Sean. This happened at Walmart in March of this year. I used to work at Walmart, but I quit to go work at my sister's donut shop. At Walmart I worked at, the register, I would see this woman from time to time. I actually ended up being good friends with her. She was chill to me and most people all the time, and she was just really cool in general. We would hang out after my shift sometimes, and I loved being around her. All right, now to the main story. In January, I was at Walmart looking for something when suddenly, for the sake of this story, we'll call her Karen. Karen walks up to me. "Hey, Sean, it's been a week or 2 since we last talked." She would randomly pop up out of nowhere and scare me like that. This was one of those times. "Oh, hey, it has..." She quickly interrupted me, which was weird since she would usually let me speak first, but I thought nothing of it since we've known each other for so long. "So I found these amazing skinny jeans that I need so badly, but they don't have it in my size. Can you go check the back for me?" She was talking in one of those snobby Karen voices you would hear in an MK video. "Oh, sorry, Karen, but I quit my job last month." With that annoying Karen voice, she said, "Haha, you've always been so funny, Sean. But for real, though, can you check in the back to see if you guys have this in size 18? Karen seemed really off today, and this confused me because she's always been really happy. "Oh, I'm not joking. I really did quit last month after Black Friday. I can't really handle that many people." I don't know if something just clicked in her head, but she just went off on me for no reason at all. "All right, Sean, enough jokes. If you don't get these jeans in my size, I'll get the manager and have you fired and banned from all Walmarts." She was really causing a scene, and I could even see somebody recording from afar. Karen's never yelled at anybody that I've seen, so this was really confusing and actually kind of scary for me. "Whoa, Karen, calm down. I really don't work here anymore." Why else would I not be in uniform? Which she responded with, "Well, maybe it's because you were just trying to pull a prank on other people." Well, guess what, Sean? It's not funny, and I'm going to get the manager. At this point, I'm just standing in the toy aisle, completely confused and embarrassed with all the people staring at me. A few moments later, my old manager came with Karen, let's call him Bob. Now, Bob was the best manager ever. We'd hang out any chance we got, but after I quit, we kind of slowed down. We're still in touch, though. Here he is. "Hey, Sean, Bob is here to fire you." Bob came up to me and said, "Hey, Sean, it's been a while. You doing good?" "Yeah, I broke my arm a while back, but other than that, I'm fine." Karen looked shook and so confused, which kind of made to cackle a bit. Bob told Karen, "Hey, lady, Sean actually quit last month, so he doesn't work here anymore." Of course, Karen's hate being denied, so she said, "Even the manager is in on the prank? I'm out of here." Karen stormed out, and after that, I never heard from her again. This whole situation was so weird and out of character for Karen, so I'm still kind of confused on why she flipped out on me. And our last story. I was the disabled parking Grinch. Hi, y'all. This was years ago at Christmas time at Target. I'd just given birth to my daughter and ran to the store to get diapers. And a moment of peace. I parked in BF Egypt, walked past a zillion cars, and saw a woman slowly driving past all the full disabled spots. She's almost in tears, so I walk up and ask if she's okay. She explodes in tears, saying she's in a wheelchair and needs a disabled spot, but they're all taken by folks who don't have disabled placards. I see a spot about to open up and hold it for her. She parks, thanks me, and I go into the store to tell them about the illegal disabled parking. The Target lady says, "Yep, happens all the time." She makes an announcement to the store asking folks to move their cars. I ask if I can use her phone. I call the police. Our city's large, but I swear the cops are bored, so if you make a call, they send everyone. I say, "Hi, it's OP calling from Target. We have 18 disabled spaces and only one has a legal placard. Can you rustle up some officers and fix this?" Literally 8 minutes later, about 20 cops and at least 20 tow trucks were at Target. It was like a ballet. I've never seen tow trucks hook up and drive away so quickly and in complete synchronicity. Within about 20 minutes, all the cars were gone and there were cops standing in front of the disabled spots. After getting the stuff I needed and some Christmas candy, because candy, I was walking back to my car. I saw what the cops were doing. When someone with their baskets full of bags searching for their car, an officer would call out, "Who has the 92 yellow Sentra?" The illegal parkers would be directed to an officer, given a $345 ticket and the address of the impound place. And each cop said, "Merry Christmas" to them. Ouch! So I know it was a D move to do this at the holidays, but at the time I weighed the rudeness of the folks illegally parking in necessary disabled spots, because folks think, "I'm just popping in for a minute," or some other lame and ableist thought, against the true need that the disabled driver has. Edit. This happened over 20 years ago, so now I use the Parking Mobility app. It's fantastic. They chose to park illegally. They chose to ignore the warning over the Target intercom. No sympathy needs to be wasted on selfish drivers. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.